Students, financial planning is very important. The reason is, these are the twin objectives of financial planning. It helps in avoiding business shocks and surprises. 1 rupee of today is not the same as 1 rupee of tomorrow. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Business Studies in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the session 5, and here in this session 5, it's a very important as well as very interesting topic, that is financial planning. Students, financial planning is very important. The reason is, I'll tell you, even you need to have a proper financial planning. Your parents are usually the one who actually mastered in financial planning, but there are few people who are still yet to get that mastery. Now here you need to understand what exactly financial planning is. Let's go for a basic financial planning. Your parents are giving you 100 rupees every day without missing even a single day. 100 rupees is what you actually get. So you are supposed to spend how much? That's a question mark. But life and business, it's something which is unique when it comes to uncertainty. Though your parents have guaranteed that they're gonna give you 100 rupees every single day without missing even a single day, but uncertainty is that who knows what's gonna happen in the future. That's why a commerce student should always be a commerce. Though people will tell you that they're gonna do it for you, understand that the question mark is, if they will not do, what is that you should do? So here 100 rupees every day. 30 days, let's go with it, 100 rupees, 100 into 30, 3,000 rupees you got. Now in that 3,000 rupees, if you multiply it with 10 months, 30,000 rupees is what you actually get. Now in that 30,000 10 months, how much you gonna save? How much you gonna spend? Try to analyze. Your parents would have given you more than 100 rupees. Your parents would have given you less than 100 rupees. But if you ask yourself, how much did you save? The question mark will be answered only by you. It depends on how did you plan your finance, your fund, your money. Now if I ask you the same question, right? What is that your answer gonna be? Did you save 30,000 every 10 months? And from your first standard till your first PUC, how much money your parents have given you? How much money your relatives have given you? How much money you have flicked from somebody else? That is your parents. How much money? Try to analyze. I'll be very much sure, on an average if you take, you would have taken 2 lakh rupees or 3 lakh rupees from the first standard till your first PUC. But if I ask you how much did you save, your answer would be not even 20 rupees. That is what happens. At least from now, your second PU, till you get married. How much money you will get? What is that you should do? You should always go for financial planning. Only use money when it is required. Only use money when it is for the family. Only use money only when it is for you. And then you check how much you're gonna save. But if you have a funda, if you have a thinking that I'm gonna spend the money for my friend, I'm gonna buy luxury things, I'll not go with what I need, I'll go with what I want. Then I'll tell you what it is. Some or the other day, you will lose all the money and you're gonna borrow from somebody else. Take this as a thing and then go forward, students. You need to go with one concept. Money saved is money earned. If your parents would have done the same thing what you are doing it right now, you wouldn't have a proper house, you wouldn't have a proper car, you wouldn't have the life what you are living right now. You can say that your parents aren't giving you money. The question is why? Ask yourself. Because you are not good with financing, as well as you are not good with planning the finance. Let's come back to our topic, that is financial planning. Financial planning is essentially preparation of financial blueprint of an organization future operations. What exactly it is? Future operation. So here, let's go with an example. 2020, 2030. Now to meet the 2030 things, you are supposed to go with your financial planning. So what you do is, you don't plan for 2030 in 2020. You plan for 2021, then 22, then it goes on. It goes on. So you will only plan for your 21, and after the 21 you're gonna plan for 22, and then it is a 23, and then it goes on, because it is all about future operations. Now why is that we should do it? Because I told you, in life or in business, there is one thing which is very, very common. That is uncertainty. What is it? Uncertainty. Now because of uncertainty, you cannot predict this is what is going to happen. You should always hold your finance, plan your finance. You should not waste it. You should always take optimum utilization of your finance. Supposingly, you thought that you need to go buy raw materials in the month of January. What the financial manager does is, he'll check the rate of the raw material. When he checks the rates, he gets to know that in the month of Jan and Feb, the raw material rates are cheaper. But in the month of April, May, the raw material rates will increase. Now, how did he know that? Because after the March, the Feb, what really happens is, we have something called budget, which comes and it is affected in the month of April. And whenever the budget is allotted, the raw materials prices will always increase rather than decreases. Now what they do is, they'll go for financial planning. Next one here is the objective of financial planning. What is the objective of financial planning? You need to analyze yourself. Why should we do financial planning? The objective is to ensure that enough funds are available at right time. So you have 1 lakh rupees in your pocket, but there is no work or nothing is there where you will spend it. And now after a few days, few months, you really want that money, but that money you have given it to somebody. Now, is it called as financial planning? What is the use of money when you really need it and you don't have it? What is the use of time when you had money but you didn't use it? So both the ways you are supposed to understand. We don't know what was in the future. We should always go for what? Prediction. That's why I tell all my students, predict for the best, prepare for the worst. When you prepare yourself for the worst, I'll tell you what happens is, financial planning that will definitely ensure that enough funds are available at right time. You don't need to borrow from anybody. You have money and you will go for it. The next one here is financial management aims at. What is that they aim? They aim at something. Choosing the best investment. What is that they do? They will go with choosing the best investment. and financing alternatives by focusing on their cost and benefits. See, financial planning is not just about, okay, I need to plan my finance. It's also about how will you make more finance? How will you increase your funding? How optimally you're gonna use all your resources? And how optimally you will get benefit out of your resources. So that is what they aim. That is what first thing is they'll invest. I'll tell you students, start investing. When I say start investing, it is not about just putting your money in the stock exchange. If you have money in your pocket, 1 lakh rupees, after 1 year also, if you check your pocket, it is only 1 lakh rupees. But what happens is 1 rupee of today is not the same as 1 rupee of tomorrow. The money value will always decrease. So what is that you should do? Mobilize your money. Sir, how to mobilize the money? Should I give it to my friend for interest? No, don't do that. You will lose your friendship as well as you will lose your money. You need to go open a bank account. 1 lakh rupees is what you have saved in your piggy bank. Give it to your bank and open a fixed account. Now after 1 year, you just check. The 1 lakh rupees will be more because the bank gonna give you more interest. One way of investment. You have 1 lakh rupees. There are few commodities which will definitely increase. What is that you should do? Invest in that. You will definitely get it more. What is that your parents are doing? They have 10 lakh rupees, 50 lakh rupees. Tell them to invest in land. Land is the only fixed asset which always have appreciation and never get depreciation. 50 lakh in the bank or 50 lakh in cash if you have. Invest in land. After 2 years, you will get double. You get triple. So these are the things which you are supposed to understand. All of these are called financial planning. How will you go for it? Go for your mutual investments, but I'll tell you, risk is there. Risk is definitely there. Consult your financial advisors and then go for it. So these are the things which the financial planning always aims at. That is getting the best of outcome, getting the benefit of the situation. Next one is financial planning process tries. What is that they do? They try to forecast. That means they try to predict. Now examples I gave you, that land you need to invest. What is that I have done? I have predicted. It will go double. It can go 5 times more. It is all about what? Forecasting all the items which are likely to undergo changes. Yes. Climate you can forecast. There is a change. Appreciation in the land, there is a change. Investments, there is a change. Buying gold jewelry, there is a change. Ask your parents, 2020, the gold rate, and 2000 gold rate. Now your parents should have told you that if I had the money what I have right now in 2020, I would have bought it in 2000 itself. What did they do? They expected that the gold value will be decreased. It will get decreased, it will reduce, then we'll buy. But where is it? Did it reduce? Ask a question. So you are supposed to always go for forecasting. Financial planning helps you to forecast. Now, twin objectives. What are the twin objectives of financial planning? The twin objective aims only at the goal. What exactly the goal is? The first one is to ensure availability of funds whenever these are required. Yes. See, it's a saying that when you really require something and you don't have it, what's the use? Earlier you had it, like 364 days you had that particular thing. that one day when you really in need of that, it is not there with you. What's the use of keeping it 365 days? The next one is to see that the firm does not raise resources unnecessarily. That means they will not make any unnecessary kind of moves. Now you need to always go with something called optimum utilization of your funds. So unnecessary, you are not supposed to raise any fund. So these are the twin objectives of financial planning. So first one is what? The first one is to ensure availability of funds whenever these are required. Yes, you should have funds when it is required. That to what? Just in time. You should have that in the right time. You should have it. Next thing is what? To ensure or to see that the firm does not raise resources unnecessarily. Unnecessary, please don't waste. If you're wasting it, why do you need financial planning? You don't need planning at all. What exactly planning is all about? Planning is all about what? Bridging the gap. 2020, say 2021. What is planning? Bridging the gap between what you are and what you want to be. So it is always what? Future course of action. When you are planning for something good, then why unnecessary you are actually raising funds? Don't do that. You are not supposed to go for it. Next one here is importance of financial planning. What are the importance of financial planning? We got to know what our financial planning is. We understood the two objectives of financial planning. Now we need to go with the importance of financial planning. The first one is it tries to forecast. It tries to predict what's gonna happen. It tries to forecast what may happen in future under different business situations. See, example I'll tell you here. Say budget. Every year the state government will announce budget. But you all need to understand we have a budget annually, plus we have a 5-year fiscal policy. Now, fiscal policy is done by the government, right? Central government. If they are dealing with the fiscal policies or the budget, how is that they are doing it? It's all about financial planning. They'll allocate funds to different departments. How is that they are doing it? The best thing is what? They are forecasting. And that to what? Different business situations for different departments, different work, they are allocating the resources. That's why it is what? Financial planning. It's one of the very good importance, very best importance, that is they'll go with forecasting. And then what it is? Different business situations. It is not only one kind of a situation. Different heterogeneous business are there. They are supposed to go for it. Next is, it helps in avoiding, please understand this, it helps in avoiding business shocks and surprises and helps the company to prepare in the future. Yes. We have something called risk. Now, risk is there. Without risk, you cannot run any business. But when you understand financial planning, you will always add risk and then do the financial planning. See, every business, whenever they go with financial planning, they'll not just plan that everything gonna be okay, everything gonna be very good. Prepare and predict. All the business people, they predict for the best, but they always prepare for the worst. And that is what happens is they'll not get any kind of a shock or any kind of surprises. What is this gonna happen? everybody, they did financial planning for the risk and uncertainty which they predicted. In the year 2020, what happened in the month of December in China? The entire world couldn't predict what really gonna happen. Now in the month of Jan to November, if you understand the pandemic, the share price of all the companies in the month of March, April, May, it actually came down. Now what happened to financial planning? They planned, but they couldn't plan the way the pandemic happened. But again, understand financial planning, a beauty of it. Month of April, later, month of May, June, July, if you go for the next quarter, now the share price is actually touching the pinnacle. Reason, again, financial planning. That's why, yes, there was a shock, but because they couldn't predict that this pandemic gonna be very huge, but later in the pandemic itself, people have actually come and they have planned for it, and now it is everything is set right. Next one. It helps in coordinating various business functions. Examples you have, right? Now, what is that they actually go for? You have sales, you have marketing. Now, if the marketing is too good, then sales will definitely happen. If sales is too good, definitely you will get profit. If profit is more, now you will go with expansion of your business. Everything is what? This is what they do. Coordinate sales and production functions by providing clear policies and procedures. Now, the sales department will get to know how much they are supposed to get, how much will be allocated. Marketing will get how much they are supposed to get, the financial funds. So everything is what? They're coordinating. Who is that they're coordinating? Financial planning is coordinating them. Next importance are, it tries to link the present with the future. Present with the future. Now you have 2020. You are only going for 2021. Now this is the present. This is the future. They always link. What is that they do? They always link. It provides a link between investment and financing decision on a continuous basis. When you're planning for finance, you will definitely invest. Now you have invested. Money is going from you. What is that you should actually think about? You should think about what? The financing decisions. Wherever you are actually giving, is your decision correct or not? Because once the money goes from the company, getting it back to the company, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. You may say that Infosys is making huge profit, but what are the works behind that? Apple is doing really good. They are the number one. What exactly they would have done? Sure. Financing, that is financial planning, reduces waste. Yes. Duplication of efforts and gap in planning. Yes. Planning is what? It bridges the gap. Financing also reduces the gap. So here, these are the things, please understand. I'll give you one more example of this art, financial planning. Now this person here, he's planning. What is that I should do? I have money. He has time. He has worked it out. Everything is done. Should I buy car? Or should I enjoy a very good holiday in abroad? Or should I construct house? Now what is that he's doing? He's going for planning. In that, what he should do? He should take the best course of thing, what he should actually go for. Now let's understand. If he buys a car, all his money, whatever it is, it goes to his car. Car value will always decrease. Every year he'll get a new model. Nowadays what has happened, every now and then you get a new model of car because of the manufacturer's competition. If you enjoy the holidays, probably 10 days you will be spending all the money. If you invest on your land and house, yes, it will be there. So these are the things. See, it depends on person to person. For me, investing on land is very good. For somebody, spending money in Italy, Spain or other places is very good. For somebody, it's like buying a luxury car is something called the best. Financial planning, you are supposed to understand that you should always predict. You should always predict for the best, but you should be prepared for the worst. So these are the things which you are supposed to understand. And if you have any doubts, students, you know what exactly you are supposed to do, call us. We are always there to help you. Until then, I'll see you when I see you.